Okay, so I've never done this. So if it's a mess, it won't go anywhere, and if it's not a mess, it'll be on the radio.
Let's do this together.
So who have I got here? Because I've listened to the music, but I haven't done enough research to know who's who.
Hello, my name is Jared Weeks.
Hi, Jared. You guys are sharing a microphone.
I'm Jason.
Hi, Jason.
And we are the members of Saving Abel.
And you're on A to Z Radio.
A to Z Radio.
And you're on Fangirl on the radio.
Fangirl, oh my God!
If it's cool with you guys, I want to start with the new stuff and talk about that for a second.
All right.
So was that some stuff you guys held in your back pocket for a long time and you've just now put out?
Absolutely.
20 years worth of music.
And how did that feel?
Great.
Did
It's
it?
like we got back in the studio about 3 months ago, and it was like we were 10 years. It was 10 years ago for us.
So listening to that stuff, what was it like to do something? Stripped down is not a bad term, but it's very acoustic based.
I felt that it was awesome because it also just the genuine vibe of the music itself. To me, it reminded me of the Smith and Myers album that was just released. I wore that album out, but it was just really good to get in there and feel that vibe and rediscover the passion that he and I had literally almost 20 years before. So for us to get back in there and discover that passion, things just sort of melted together, and before you know it, we've got an album or an EP out.
Right. And are you guys looking to tour soon? I saw some dates floating around.
Absolutely. Right now, we're currently booked until November.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to get back out there.
I'm ready for you guys to come to Ohio. Just bring yourselves down, Cincinnati
we'll be
area.
there. We can't drive through Ohio and not stop in the Cincinnati area.
Right. Cincinnati, Columbus. I'll come anywhere to see y'all.
All right, cool.
If I get my license eventually. Are there any projects in the works? Are we working? I heard something about maybe an Essentials record.
Essentials record by fall, hopefully, and then a full length by the first of the year.
Oh, that's great. And where is the full length headed sonically? Is it like kind of like the EP, or is it kind of like the full length albums you have out already?
As of right now, of what it's like the full length albums that we have already.
Okay.
A little bit of different kind of vibe because it's a little right now. It's a little bit more hard rock. But,
Okay.
But you know, we'll write it if it's good.
And if y'all had to pick one song apiece for me to play on my show on the station next week, anywhere in the discography, I don't care if it's a deep cut, I don't care if it's a single, pick me a song apiece, and it's going to be on the station.
Sweet. Well, this is my favorite Saving Abel song because I remember who I was when I wrote it and where I was when I wrote it, and I just think every time I hear it, it brings me back to that memory, and that's what I love about music as well. But my favorite Saving Abel song is Drowning Face Down.
I have listened to that about 7 times in the past 24 hours.
Well, that's awesome.
I've been discography binging. And for you, Jason?
A song called Me and You. We just worked it back up for the set, and I can't get it out of my head.
Okay, and I'm going to talk about it because I was 12 when it came out, and I remember sitting in my brother's car, and he would make fun of me for the Jonas Brothers songs I'd make him play, but I knew every word to Addicted, whether I needed to know it or not.
I had to apologize to so many mothers across the country.
And it was like, the funny thing is I knew every word to the radio edit.
Right.
So here I am, 26, and I just listened to the real version of it.
And you're like,
and I'm like, oh, that's why they didn't want me singing that. Okay, I gotcha. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Again with the live music. I am so ready for live music. We're supposed to go see Alice Cooper next month.
Oh, sweet.
I'm sure you guys are ready for live shows. Do you have a favorite city or venue to play in? And don't lie and say it's Ohio.
I won't lie. One of my favorite venues to ever play was in the Gorge. It was in the state of Washington with Nickelback. If you looked off the back of the stage, it was like looking at the Grand Canyon. It was so gorgeous and beautiful.
I'd have to say the Machine Shop. If you've never been there, you need to come and check out the Machine Shop.
And where's that at?
That's in Flint, Michigan. Kevin
Okay.
Zink and the boys.
I think my brother's band played up around in Flint for a while.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't go anywhere.
We love Kevin and the Machine Shop.
Can we talk about, I heard you mention Nickelback, and I knew you guys toured with them in the early days.
Yes.
And influences. Just general, I don't care if you say the Beatles.
Oh,
it
well,
can be from anywhere.
me growing up would be Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden. I never got into Nirvana until later on when I was older, but those 3 bands were at Leonard Skinner. I mean,
Yeah.
that's about as far as I could go. I love all the blues.
Everything.
Everything.
I couldn't possibly begin to tell you like what influenced me. So, yeah.
So if it's good, he was influenced by it.
I understand completely. I told someone earlier I am on this stage or on the station with all these guys, and they're all my dad's age. I grew up in my dad's house, so yes, you'll hear me play Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
But they play Van Halen afterwards, and they're like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Go ahead and jump.
Let's see. I have all the stuff I went through. So back to Addicted, because I know it's like the Saving Abel song, and you guys don't want to talk about it a bunch because like.
Sure we do. You always dance with who brought you to the dance.
That's true. What was it like to have #1 hits? Because charts were so different back then. Was it hard to get to #1? Was it like an overnight thing?
If you want to know the truth, the only way we got to #1 hits is because you guys kept wanting to hear the song,
Yeah.
which is something we're very grateful for. But at that point in my life, it was just it was all I ever wanted. It was the pinnacle, I thought, at the age of 24 or 25. And it's taken me so far. I've got to travel the whole earth singing that song, and it's been such a blessing to have people sing it back.
Yeah. I want to give you a favorite of mine out of the discography because Dad and I'm on the station with my father. I'm like, I have to listen to all this stuff. I need to listen to it again. And Michael Jackson Jacket, I don't know who wrote that.
That was a Jason song.
But like, oh my gosh, like that's me in the bathroom brushing out my hair, getting ready to go work, feeling myself.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that. That's my wife that sings the background vocals in that tune. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tell her all about it.
It's like, oh, that's a bop, as the kids say.
Yeah.
If you had a dream band you could co-headline or open for, who would it be?
Oh, man, Soundgarden, well, he's gone. Linkin Park, their singer's gone. Oh, man, who would I want to hear every night? I'd probably say Metallica.
Okay.
Because that's heavy metal and it's pop radio, even though it shouldn't be. But I would say Metallica.
My mom fell asleep at a Metallica concert when she was pregnant with me. And for you, Jason, who would you love to open for?
Probably the nostalgia because of the recent loss of Eddie, but Van Halen, I've been listening to them a lot lately.
Yeah.
Both 80s bands, but I want to say secondly, it would be the Foo Fighters. Metallica, then the Foo Fighters.
We had tickets to the Foo Fighters, and when everything got canceled, we didn't get to go.
Oh, bummer.
My brother's a huge fan. He's like, I'll just watch the Lollapalooza stream. I'm like,
that's
you
my
do
bucket
that.
list. I want to see Dave live.
I want to see Dave live as the DGs. I don't know how much more time we have. Thank you for joining us on AZ Radio.
Well, thanks for having us. It's been a blast to be here today.
And Fangirl on the radio. And I hope you have a great ROCKNPOD. I think you're interviewing with our buddies over here at Ages of Rock next. So that'll be fun.
It's been great being here. And just to let you guys hear me, the future is female.
Thank you all so much, and we're looking so forward to the new music.
Thank you.
Thank you.